Hello YouTube, Brent Peeler here with you. Coming to you from Dumaguete City, right smack dab in the middle of the Philippines, folks. Figured I'd make this quick little video, talk to y'all a little bit about moving to the Philippines. Kind of give you some of my experiences and just kind of give you a little rundown about how I got here. It all started about 2018. I'd been watching a lot of videos on coming to the Philippines, so I really got obsessed with it. I was watching videos every day of what it was, and it just looked like paradise, folks. I mean, I couldn't wait to get over here. And then got me a passport. I'd never even been out of the United States before, folks. But I got me a passport, and about the time I got my passport in, I think, November of 2019, and y'all, as soon as 2020 got here, y'all know what happened. Nobody could travel anywhere. So I watched videos I thought, this shit, it started out a 2-week curve, bullshit. I watched YouTube every day for about, 6 months. I was going to the little channel, have they lifted the travel requirements in the Philippines? Nope. Every day, same old shit. So I decided to go to Mexico, and I went to Mexico and lived there for a couple months, and then went back to the United States and did that several times for the next couple of years. And for a long time, the Philippines just wasn't open. And I still had the fire to come over here, but I just got thinking that it wasn't going to happen. Anyway, enough about Mexico. I finally decided to go ahead and pull the trigger after they lifted all the restrictions, where you didn't have to be vaccinated, none of that stuff. So I finally got to come over here. I jumped on an airplane, flew to Japan. I flew from Dallas, Texas to San Francisco to Japan. Brutal flight. I'm talking about, I'd never been on an airplane longer than 4 or 5 hours. And I think that one was the Dallas to San Francisco was 3 or 4. But I had an 8-hour layover in San Francisco, where I just had to sit in the damn airport and wait, and then get on that 9-hour flight to Tokyo. Luckily, when I got to Tokyo, I got to enjoy 3 days in Tokyo, and that kind of broke it up, which I highly recommend doing it. I've done it both ways, trying to hurry up and get over here, and I've broke it up. And may not be for you, but for me, and it depends on how much time you have. I wasn't crutched for time. I come over here with a one-way ticket. Like I say, I came over here after spending 3 days in Japan. I flew into Manila, and I do not recommend flying into Manila, folks. I still to this day try to avoid Manila as much as possible. Even I've got a little trip scheduled for March where I'm flying into Manila, taking care of business. So I'll spend a day or two in Manila, then I'm off to Angeles City. And I hate Manila so much that I'm going to take a bus to Angeles City and take 2 flights from Angeles City to Cebu, stay the night at Cebu, and then come on back to Dumaguete. Just because I don't like riding buses, and I don't like Manila. Let me tell you what. I flew into Manila from Japan. Probably the world's cleanest city you'll ever see in your life. Tokyo. And landed in Manila, probably the most filthiest, poorest city that you'll ever see in your life. And I don't care. I picked Makati because they told me Makati was one of the nicest places in Manila. It's got all kinds of little sub-cities in Manila. And BGC and Makati was the 2 places they told me I should stay. So I stayed 2 nights in Makati, and then I rented an Airbnb in BGC for 3 nights, and I was really excited about it when I was in Makati, except until I left the comforts of my hotel room. Of course, I just come from United States and Japan, so I was staying in $75, $100 a night hotels. So I was in the protection of the little tourist bubble when I was in Makati. But every time I walked outside to try to go do something, to go see the Philippines, it was a nightmare. It like scared me to death. As soon as you walked out of your hotel, there'd be like a bellhop and a security guard and then there was just pure freaking poverty. Poverty as soon as you'll notice the poverty as soon as you step off the plane. And I don't care where you go in Manila. I mean, it's just, yes, there's certain bubbles inside, BGC and Makati or whatever, but you can still, pretty much anywhere you're at, you're just a stone's throw away from some of the poorest shanties, and just the way they mix poverty and wealth over here in the same areas just blew my mind though. Because back in the States, you got a wealthy area, you won't see that kind of poverty. Here, it just it'll be a section of poverty, a section of wealth, it's just kind of intertwined in. So as soon as I stepped out of my motel room, there was a 7-Eleven across the street, and it was hell just getting over to the 7-Eleven without getting harassed by people trying to sell you shit, by beggars, by this, by that. So it was really a culture shock. It really was. I really thought I've made the biggest mistake of my life, coming all the way across the world, and I'd done a lot of studying, folks. I'd watched so many videos on the Philippines, and I jumped off that plane and I thought, where in the hell am I at? Because I don't see no beautiful palm trees. I don't see nothing beautiful. All I see is smog, and I was really down. And another way I screwed up is I'd watched so much YouTube that I was pretty much professional, I thought, in my own head about the Philippines. And I'd watched so many videos about saying that you had to, when you got a SIM card or something for your phone, that you had to have it registered and all this and all that. And so, like a dummy, when I was at the Manila airport, I didn't change my SIM card or none of that. So I had a cell phone that really, all it really did is worked off Wi-Fi, which I was in my hotel bubble anyway. So but I knew I needed to get that done. And so the only little adventures I really went on in Makati and BGC was pretty much trying to get my cell phone up to par, and I didn't have any luck. I was just so overwhelmed, and like I say, I only stayed 2 days in Makati at that nice hotel, and then I ventured on to BGC, to another little hotel, and it just rained seemed like 3 days. And I'd rented that Airbnb for 3 nights. After that first night, I said, screw this. I booked me a ticket from Manila to Dumaguete. I'd seen a lot of videos on Dumaguete. Fucking dogs, folks. There's nothing peaceful about the Philippines. Lots of beauty, nothing peaceful. Loud country. Anyway, I booked me a flight. Of course, I overpaid for the flight. Probably paid $100 for a $30 flight, Manila to Dumaguete, last minute. And I was down. I was staring out the window. It's raining. All I could see was across. I guess I was on the very edge of BGC, because there was a big 8-lane highway with bridges that you could walk across. And as soon as you looked across the bridge, you could just see the poverty. And so that was my view. Just nothing but poverty. And I thought, this friggin' sucks. So like I say, I booked me a flight to Dumaguete. As soon as I landed in Dumaguete, it was like just a whole new atmosphere, whole new world. And I said, okay, this is the Philippines that I'd been wanting to see. And in Manila, I didn't see the tricycles. I didn't see the beautiful palm trees, the beaches. I didn't see nothing but filth and big city skyscrapers. And I'm not a city boy, folks. I don't care for the city. And so once I landed in Dumaguete, you walk out of the little airport, and it's just a little Mickey Mouse airport that I don't know how many flights a day they do, but it's you got pretty much 2 destinations. You can go to Cebu or you can go to Manila, and they just do that all day. So, but as soon as you walk out, folks, you can walk out of the airport, and 100 yards outside the airport, there's the highway. I mean, there's you're in the city of Dumaguete, and so I walked out the door and got me a tricycle, and I thought, now this is the Philippines. There's these funny little motorbikes with these little cabs on it. This is the Philippines. This is all right. and I took what seemed like I don't know, I landed right at 5 o'clock probably, so it was rush hour. And if y'all been to the Philippines, rode in a pedicab or a tricycle as they call them, you know you don't get very far very quick. But I just sit back and enjoyed it. Of course, there was another cute little Filipina that jumped on the pedicab with me, and of course I didn't know that was normal too. That's just something you do if you're headed the same direction. So we got that cab together and got to talk to her. And like I said, it seemed like an hour ride, but I just seen the people, the Filipinos, the Filipinas, and I didn't see the skyscrapers anymore. I just seen the Philippines. You know, of course, they didn't drive us down the boulevard, so I still hadn't seen the ocean or none of that. But I finally got to my hotel probably 45 minutes later. But like I say, it seemed like a long time. But I did. I just enjoyed the ride. But I was still, especially after being in Manila, I was like, there's no way in hell I'm driving in this. There's no way in hell. And when I got to Dumaguete, I thought this might be even this might be even worse, because you're dealing with tons and tons of tricycles and motorbikes. And you don't see that really in Manila, because they're probably banned. I mean, I'm sure you got to be able to go so fast. I know you're on the highway, but in the city, all you seen was just bumper to bumper traffic. Drinking that homemade iced tea, folks. Got me a Yeti cup. Got that Yeti cup here in Dumaguete. Probably give, I think it says 300 pesos for it. That's probably a $30 cup in the United States, folks. About a $5, $6, $8 cup here in Dumaguete. But yeah, and I told myself I'm not driving that. I'm just not. And so I got checked into my motel, and of course, instead of staying in the $100 hotels, I downgraded to like a $20 hotel, because I said, I'm only going to be here for a few months, and hell, my money's not going to last like this if I can spend $100 a night, this kind of shit. So I downgraded, and it did me a lot of good, folks. Of course, you can find pretty nice, or not nice, but you can find combination hotels in Dumaguete for $20 a night, and that's what I did. And I don't know, I stayed there probably a week. But about the second day, you know, I was only about a block from the boulevard, so I got to walk, and everything already just seemed so familiar to me, because I'd seen the videos, folks. I'd seen people walking up and down the boulevard. Of course, it was during COVID time, so it was pretty much, there wasn't near the people that there was but everything still seemed familiar to me. I was still quite surprised how many people was actually in this little bitty town of Dumaguete. There's a bunch of people, and it's like that way everywhere you go in the Philippines, folks. Even out in the province, or the little small communities up and down the highway, people just get together. I mean, they just form up. It's not like out in the country and bumfucked Oklahoma, where I'm from. You know, and where I'm from, hell, you can go days without talking to people. Here, you know, there may just be 3 or 4 little eating joints, but they're going to be packed, and they're going to be, I mean, there's just people everywhere. There's just really people everywhere. And so about day 2, I decided, well, I can't see none of the beauty like this. You know, I'd already been on Google Maps and YouTube looking for all the beautiful waterfalls and the stuff that I wanted to see. And I knew I'd got me a tricycle to take me here and there, a couple of places there in Dumaguete. And I realized pretty quick that every time I wanted to see something, you'd have to jump off and, you know, start the whole process over. So I realized I really needed a motorbike, and things really went slowing down after I kind of grasped what was going on and walked. I walked a lot. I walked, like I say, for about the second or third day, I decided it was time for me to rent a motorbike. And I didn't know nothing about renting a motorbike in a foreign country, but it was easy peasy. I just walked across the street. There happened to be a motorcycle shop place there. I think 7,500 pesos, which is probably it was close to $140 back then, maybe. And rented me a motorbike for the month. And I've been going and going ever since, folks. took off and went to driving, realized it wasn't that big a deal at all. Of course, it looks intimidating, it really does. But once you get out there and amongst it, it's no different than driving anywhere. Well, it is, but there's a lot of give and take to it, folks. There's no. I think Dumaguete finally got a stoplight the other day, but back then there was no stoplights, and so it's just give and take, and a lot of give and take, and you just kind of inch up until one of you gives the other one the right of way, and that shit wouldn't work in the United States where I'm from. There's no way. The driving is totally different. I've drove in Vietnam. Vietnam's a whole lot easier to navigate than the Philippines. The Philippines is pretty. It's its own monster. It really is. Vietnam. There's lots of traffic, lots of motorbikes, lots of cars, lots of semis. But travel just flows like water. Here it's just like a big ass game of chicken. I've said it before. That's what it is. Anywhere you go, it's just like you see people coming down the wrong lane. There's just no rules until something happens, and of course it's the foreign guy's fault, no matter what happens. But I didn't worry about any of that. I struck out and went and seen lots of beautiful waterfalls. Got me a different swapped accommodations. Got me a hotel over here closer to where I'm at now, kind of right across the street from City Mall here in Dumaguete. And I went on another little, went to another waterfall, and when I was doing it, I slipped and jammed my damn shoulder, and I had to drive out other side of Valencia all the way back with my damn shoulder jammed. I couldn't even lift my arm, folks. I couldn't even comb my hair. I mean, I was thinking, what in the hell have I got myself into? I'm half a world away from anything I know. But I just sat there and toughed it out. The second day I finally walked across the street to City Mall, went to the little pharmacy there, got me some Tylenol or whatever. And believe it or not, Tylenol, that shit works, because I was finally able to sleep. I mean, I was hurt, folks. I know a jammed shoulder don't sound like much, but it took me out for about 2 days. And then I could finally get my arm and put it up on the handlebars, and I'd go out cruising again. Ventured on over to Siquijor, spent about a week in Siquijor, or 4 or 5 days in Siquijor, I don't really remember, and I just enjoyed it, folks. I really did, and I don't know, but I know when I landed in Manila, I thought this is the biggest mistake I've ever made. But as soon as I got to Dumaguete, like I say, it all felt familiar. Things slowed down. I got my own transportation, and soon as I got my own transportation, folks, that opened up everything to me. I could go check out restaurants. If I'd walk up to the restaurant and didn't like the looks of the menu or whatever, I'd just get back on my motorbike and go to the next one. I'd go to the beach. I'd go to do this. I'd go do that. When I was afoot and didn't have no ride, you just say to the tricycle driver, take me here, and then he would drop you off and you was there. So the motorbike really does open up a whole lot to you. And if you get over here and you're kind of intimidated like I was, everybody moves at their own pace. Ride the tricycles a day or two. If you're moving over here for good, you can buy a car over here. You can buy these little tricycles. You can buy these little, I don't know, they pretty much look like little rascals with a roof on them. Them little wheelchair deals that you see the guys driving. You see stuff like that with a roof on it, and just electric vehicles and all kinds of stuff. So don't be intimidated by the motorbikes. If you live in town, say in Dumaguete or a little community like that, you can buy you just one of them 3-wheelers or the little 4-wheelers with the roofs. Or don't be intimidated by that. And being from America, I've never rode public transportation. I rode a school bus when I was a kid, but I'd never been on a city bus or none of that until I moved to Mexico and kind of got that deal figured out. And so when I got to the Philippines, I just knew I didn't want to be relying on public transportation. And it's very easy. You get over here, you throw them a driver's license, and you've got a motorbike. You've got wheels for the month. No excuses. I did decide to go to Siquijor. Like I said, I went over there to spend about a week. or maybe 4 days, something like that. Can't really remember. It's been a long time ago, and several trips to Sikihor since then. But I took my motorbike with me. You know, I just rented a motorbike. I thought, hell, I'll take it to Sikihor. That way, you know, don't have to rent one when I'm over there. That's another mistake I made. Leave your motorbikes here, folks. From that time on, I always took my motorbike back to the place where I rented it from. Took a tricycle to the ferry. Let the ferry take you where you're going, and rent a motorbike when you get there. One, because it's a pain in the ass, going through all the little stops to take your motorbike. Two, it costs 4 times as much to take a motorbike than it does just to take you. Three, you got to go on a roll-on, roll-off ferry, which is a lot slower to get you where you're going. And say you want to go to Sikihor or Boho, you can rent a motorbike for $5 a day, and instead of paying $20 to get your motorbike over there, and $20, that's $40 just for a ticket for you. So it's a whole lot easier if you just leave your motorbike on whatever island you're on and just there it is, Sikihor and Boho and these islands around here. But yeah, I don't know, I made this video to kind of try to help y'all if y'all are thinking about coming over here, because it really does matter where you land. Like I said, I was after watching it rain for them few days in BGC, I really thought that I'd made a very bad decision. I was ready to, if it hadn't been so far, I might have just got my damn plane ticket and went back home and said screw it. But I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I came to Dumaguete. Of course, I wasn't worried about a woman. I had a girlfriend back home when I came back in, so I wasn't worried about dating. Dumaguete's not a good place for dating. I'm sure there's lots of good women here, but I mean, there's lots better is all I'm trying to say. There's lots better. You're nothing special here in Dumaguete, I'll just put it that way. And there's a shit ton of foreigners here. I say shit ton. There's more foreigners here than a lot of places you can pick. So you're just not that special. I mean, these people are around foreigners every day. So if that's something that you're into, I've been over here. I don't know, this time I've only been over here a couple months, but last time I stayed nearly a year. Of course, I broke that up and went to Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, and it's just, once you get over here, it's a good place. There's lots of stuff right here handy. I've never stayed here over 6 months at a time because I don't like the idea. If you stay here 6 months, they'll give you, you got to get a clearance to leave. And I don't like the idea of somebody being able to tell me that I can't leave the country, you know. And I'm sure they do it for all the right reasons, but I just, there's so much stuff here in Southeast Asia that I've been here about 2 months and I'm getting the itch for a little trip now. So it always does me some good to, that's always an option, just to go to Thailand or just anywhere. Like I say, I'll be headed to Manila in a few weeks, so hopefully that cures my little itch. And I'm gonna spend a few days in Angela City, and just, yeah. But that's another thing I did is the first time I came over here, I decided to go. I stayed here a month, then jumped on over to Thailand for a month, and I realized after about 3 weeks that for me, the Philippines is my place. I liked it a lot better than Thailand. Of course, I still like to get away and go to Thailand. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I just prefer the way of life here in the Philippines, the English, the music. Boy, they play some 1980s jams over here like you wouldn't believe. They love the old school rock and roll music over here. It's just a real good place to be. It really is. So be careful where you land. Some of y'all may like the city. It's not for me. I don't like, hanging out in malls. Yeah, I'm more of a outdoorsy type of guy and more of a tranquilo guy. So I really like to jump on my bike and go wherever I want to go. So, hey, got interrupted here, but anyway, that's all I got for now. Just choose wisely. I'd say once you get to Manila or Cebu, check it out a few days and then find you a lower key destination or a place where you can get out and enjoy the Philippines. There are no waterfalls in Manila. There are no waterfalls in Cebu City. That's another thing I did is the next time that I came to the Philippines, I flew into Cebu City, liked it a whole lot better. The airport's just it's on a little island next to Cebu Island. So it's just a whole lot slower. It's still a busy city, but the airport is one level, just a small airport, just very easy to navigate. And also, instead of doing the $70 or $80 a night, $100 a night hotels, the second time I came here, I flew in, got me an Airbnb for 2 days, just because I knew as soon as I got off the plane, I would want to rest up. I got me an Airbnb for 2 days on the island, Lapu-Lapu, and then I'd already had me a condo rented in Cebu City for the month. And so just enjoy it for a couple of days, but don't get discouraged. Get out of there, get out to where you can see the real Philippines. And then there's nothing to do but explore, folks. There's tons and tons to see over here. Once you get out of that intimidating city, whichever one you pick, get out and just explore at your own pace. Slow down. Don't rush into finding a girlfriend, because as soon as you get tied down, you know you're traveling. All that slows down. You may say it won't. It's not going to slow me down, but it will. It'll slow you down. You know, you cut all your anchors loose when you left the United States. Don't rush into getting another one tied to you here as soon as you get to the Philippines. Go out and enjoy yourself. Flirt with all the Filipinas. I mean, you'll have a blast. If you're over here and that's the one thing you're looking for as a woman, well, come over here and get tied down and let her show you the places. But that's just a few tips that would, if I had to do over again, I would sure got out of Manila ASAP. I will always try to use the Cebu airport. I know telling y'all that makes it more busy the next time I'm going to go, but it's just the way I would go about it. So hope that helps. That's all I got for now. This is Brent's Tripping. Peace. Hello YouTube, Brent Peter here with you. Coming to you from the Dumaguete market. I'm just sitting holding her down in the pickup. There's not much parking, so just in case I have to move the vehicle, I'm just sitting here in the parking lot watching the people go by. Thought I'd make this quick little video. I know it's been a few days since I made a video, hadn't done much, but like I say, she come to get some fish, and I'm not interested in fish whatsoever. And you can smell these fish markets 3 blocks away, folks. They're pretty rank. Anytime you see these little fans, you can see behind, you can't really see, but anytime you can see those little fans, you know they're selling fresh meat. They got them little fans with like streamers on them to keep the flies off everything. I'm not much on buying fish from these markets, because you just never know how long that shit sit outside. That's what I like about Billcrest or whatever. They freeze the food. I mean, it may be frozen, but at least you know it ain't been sit out in the room temperature all day long. So, but I don't know how quick they turn over this fish and stuff. The last time we went to Bonawon, she's complaining about the fish never being fresh here. But I know if it's like the vegetables, they get fresh every Tuesday and every Friday on the vegetable deal. So it's Sunday now, and I'm sure there's a little schedule to when they get the most fish. I guess, you know, I could be totally wrong on that. But like I say, I'm not into fish, so I don't give a shit what we get or if she gets anything or not. Like I say, you know, just sitting in the pickup chilling. Thought I'd talk to y'all a while. Busy Sunday evening here. Hello YouTube, Brent Peter here with you. Coming to you from Bacong. We just left Dumaguete, headed to Darwin. We're going to check out a Thai food place there. I believe the name of it was Aquarius Thai food, I think. It's got pretty good ratings on the Google. I think it's rated 4.8 or 4.9. So we're gonna go check it out and see what it's all about. See if we can't get some Thai food in the city of Darwin. We'll bring you along. Okay, folks, we made it to Aquarius Thai food. We're fixing to get out and check it out, see what it's all about. What are you getting?
I don't know that.
Thai food.
Yeah, maybe Thai.
Let's go check it out first. I don't know if you can tell it, but we're just a little bit off the beaten path. Let's zoom in here. That's the highway right there, folks, where you see that Marlboro sign. I think it's a Marlboro sign. This is Aquarius Authentic Thai and European Cuisine, folks. We're gonna go check it out, see what it's all about. Just like I say, just about 50 yards off the highway here. Let's see what it's about. There she is, folks. As you can see, I went with the pad thai, chicken pad thai, and the Thai tea. What'd you get?
Chicken curry.
Chicken curry?
Thai.
Masan, what?
Masan chicken curry.
Let's see what it's called. Number 7. Masaman curry chicken. And then I got the pad thai.
Oh, I like these drinks.
It's good?
Yeah, that's the first time I have.
Yeah, I like that.
Good job.
Huh?
Very good.
Loving it, loving it.
Want me to make a picture from you both together?
Sure. Thank you.